Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. What is one of the best responses to a bully? Being a bully yourself. There's one problem, though. You have to back up your bullying behavior. That is, you're going to take a chance. You can't just bluff. You have to have something to, you know, put on the table. But the best way is to be tough. Tough back, or at least, show that you are ready to smack someone, even though you might be losing, which I don't think it would be the case in a war between France and Russia. Sergei Shoigu had a conversation with his counterpart, defense minister of the French Republic, Mr. Sébastien Lecornu, at Mr. Lecornu's request. So Mr. Lecornu, or France, he represents France, right, thought that by being a little bit of a bully with Russia will have the Russians just run to their safe space holding their pussies. Well, obviously they either don't know the Russians or they planned on doing it so. Why? Well, they got their own orders to follow. So what happened here? You remember the French president Emmanuel Macron, he idiotically said that French troops could be sent to Ukraine and, whatever, man. And they expected the Russians to what? To be afraid. And the Russians obviously responded, okay, bring them on. Now, that didn't sound very nice for the French. Therefore, Le Cornu wanted a little bit of clarification on that, including, trying to, express his condolences to his defense minister, the counterpart, Sergei Shoigu, for the Crocus concert hall terrorist attacks. And, offering this and offering that. But in the end, Shoigu told him that if you send troops in Ukraine, that would not be good for France. That's a veiled, vague, threatening tone. And let me show you here, I have two articles, because one is with the conversation initiated by the French. Shoigu smacks Le Cornu, and Macron comes out and is very upset of what kind of tone, a threatening tone, the Russian defense minister used against his Pussy defense minister, Sébastien Lecornu. What did you expect, Macron? What did you expect? Now, let's start with the first article. It comes from Associated Press, and I have one coming from Agence France Presse. In rare call, Russian defense minister warns French counterpart against sending troops to Ukraine. This is Sergei Shoigu. Russia's defense minister warned his French counterpart against deploying troops to Ukraine in a rare phone call Wednesday, and noted that Moscow is ready to take part in talks to end the conflict. Sergei Shoigu told French Defense Minister Sébastien Lecornu that if Paris follows up on its statements about the possibility of sending a French military contingent to Ukraine, and I'm quoting, it will create problems for France itself, according to a statement from the Russian Defense Minister. It didn't elaborate. Of course. Why? Because the best threats are the ones that are vague. For instance, you remember, if you don't remember, I tell you, Plato's Republic. In Plato's Republic, he makes the case for governmental censorship of education. And he makes the claim that the warrior class, he had three classes in his republic, and in the warrior class, the children that will become the warriors from the warrior class should not be told frightening stories in their upbringing, in their training. They should not be told that in the woods there's, some imaginary entities that are horrible and they are this and that. Why? Because you don't want the future warrior to have all kind of dark, imaginary, creatures in their heads, in their head, when they go to fight. They have to be fearless. Therefore, here, the same thing as in a horror movie, the movies that do not show you who the attacker, perpetrator, that whomever over there is, or what exactly is, are more effective than, oh, that's a guy with a chainsaw who's going to come and cut everybody up. You already know. Or someone comes and says, hey, you know what, Gigi, I'm going to punch you in the face 3 times if you do that, or something like that. You say, okay, I can prepare for that. Now, if someone says, we're going to hurt you if you do that, what do you mean? What do you mean? So vague makes your demons come out in your brain and makes you think. It depends how idiotic we might be. So that's why it will create problems. Now he says the conversation followed French Emmanuel Macron's comments in February, in which he said that the possibility of Western troops being sent to Ukraine could not be ruled out. Idiotic, but anyway, he tried, and the Russians smacked him, and now they try to figure out, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What's going to happen? Well, it's not going to be good for France itself, not for the troops, France itself. The call marked the first such contact between Russian and French defense ministers since October 2022. They want peace, but they don't want to negotiate. They don't want to talk. But now it seems like these guys were, Macron, what do you think is going to happen? I don't know, my friend, call him. Jesus Christ, these guys are going to hit Paris now. Shoigu noted Moscow's readiness for dialogue on Ukraine, emphasizing that a planned round of peace talks in Geneva would be senseless without Russia's involvement, which is clear. And another veiled threat. The Kiev, and it says, the Russian defense minister said that during the call, Le Cornu tried to persuade Shoigu that Ukraine and its Western allies had no relation to the concert hall raid. But Shoigu insisted that Moscow has, and I'm quoting, information about Ukrainian trace in organizing the terror attack, end quote. And I'm quoting. The Kiev, I'm quoting Shoigu, very important, let me show you. Right here. And I'm quoting Shoigu. The Kiev regime does nothing without approval of its Western handlers, end quote. The ministry quoted Shoigu as telling Le Cornu. And this is important, very important, another threat. We, Russia, hope that the French special services weren't involved in it. Because why? That's not going to be good for France, correct? Correct. It will create problems for France. Next article. Macron comes out of the, brothel, or after Brigitte Bardot's, you know what? Macron denounces threatening remarks from Russia after rare phone talks. What did you expect? These guys are not weasel. These are hardened people. Oh, yeah, I know, they're criminals, okay. Emmanuel Macron on Thursday denounced as bizarre and threatening Russia's tone following rare phone talks between the defense ministers of France and Russia, their first contact since 2022. So again, the phone call took place as France is pulling out all the stops to host Papapap. Okay, well, they tried to destroy. It's just so imbecilic, but that's a different issue. On Wednesday, this is why I picked this this article. On Wednesday, French Defense Minister Sébastien Lecornu reached out to his Russian counterpart. So they called. Sergei Shoigu saying France was ready to step up exchanges to battle terrorism, according to the French Defense Ministry. So that's what they said. This is it. We called you we are your friends all of a sudden. Now, that's another way. Let me tell you this. I don't know if it happened to you, but just to pay attention in your life, or pay attention in other people's lives. For instance, you have, I don't know if, anyway, let me tell you. So let's say you have a situation with a friend, girlfriend, wife, you divorce, or you're not friends anymore. You just got upset because you got screwed by that person, let's say. And then you say, well, I don't want to talk with that person. I'm done. Bye-bye. and you pull your embassies back. But that person wants to get involved in your life again, but you don't want to. Why? Because you say, well, you fucked up too many times, let's put it this way. And that person tries. There's two very simple ways how this kind of people, some of them narcissistic, temperaments, will come in your life. When you have a lot of success, you're happy, very happy, ecstatic about something, or when you're down, something happened to you. I don't know, you're very bad. Maybe your loved one dies, maybe you were fired from somewhere. You are very, very bad. They don't come with the intention of helping you, but that for them it's a big opportunity to come back and suck your blood, not something else, blood. So they come and say, hey, when you're happy, and they call you, yeah, well, I'm good, man, I'm so happy about your successes. You're in a good mood. You might say, yeah, thank you very much, Gigi, yeah, come over, or something like that. Big mistake. The euphoria in your life makes you make big mistakes. And that person comes back, and then after a while, it happens again. And again, you say bye-bye. And again, it's going to look for the same opportunity. Or the other one, when you're upset, and you're going to hear, if you need anything, just call me. Anything if you need. I'm right here for you. Remember, I love you. Fuck off. Now again, another one. When you're very down, you need to start thinking, look, man, that's a real friend. It's a real friend. When you are in this, no. Don't forget why you pushed that guy away from you. You got rid of that. The same here. Now the French called the Russians not with the intention of, I don't know the intentions. I suspect that's what it is, okay? I don't think they called, because we're concerned with you. I mean, we want to fuck you in Ukraine, and not only, but now we're concerned about, let's work together in the terrorists. I'm going to call you after, 2 years of being missed in action or something? I think it's just a way of worming themselves in as a friend, as a partner. Well, I don't think the Russians will fall for it. If they fall for it, that means they deserve it. Because after all, they had from 1991 at least until 2014, they had more than enough time to realize that the French or the government in Paris is not Russia's friends, and it's not even working for their own interest. It's a problem. If I would say, okay, that's in France's interest, I would say, yeah, well, that's the way life works. My interest here, my interest there. That's the way it is. But I'm not expecting, we're allies, we're friends. But France works against its own interest. At the orders of whom, exactly? Not the United States of America. The United States of America is just a telephone. Who's speaking in that telephone? The US telephone. That's what it is. And that's a big telephone. They can smack you with a telephone. That's why you're afraid. But anyway, I think that was a very clear and veiled in the same time, if you want me to use double speak way of saying, guys, just do it and we're gonna fuck you up. Friends, not only those guys over there, friends. What will the French do? They will back off and go to their safe space over there holding their pussies. I guarantee you that, unless the telephone will not ring again with a voice telling them what to do. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.